So, hey everyone, I want to introduce you to a very interesting woman that I have been having the opportunity to network with for the last few months, and I heard you speak. This is Miss Christine Rothdeutch, correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right, and you are with Implementing Your Vision. So, thank you for taking some time to talk with me today. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So, Christine, you spoke at the BW Nice meeting that we attend together once a month. We'll give a shout out to BW Nice, women's networking group, non-exclusive group that meets. And you want to tell them what BW Nice stands for?
It's Business Women Networking Involving Charity and Education. And we are the Lehigh Valley chapter. We are the second chapter to have been formed. And we're, I want to say 7, 8 years at least we've been in the Lehigh Valley.
Yes, and we meet at where? We'll just do a plug.
They call it the Lehigh Valley Hotel.
Yes.
I know it as the original Holiday Inn on 512, but then it became a Best Western. So if any of those landmarks sound familiar, that's where we're at.
And we meet the second Tuesday morning of the month, and we are a group of women that are supporting the Third Street Alliance. It's our charity that we support. So we gave our plug for BW Nice, and now I want to talk about you because I was listening to you speak at BW Nice, and you had a great presentation. So tell us first, what is implementing your vision, your company? What do you do?
Oh, what do I do? Well, it depends on what day of the week it is. Yeah, I struck out on my own, gosh, almost 10 years ago with the intent of supporting small businesses on a part-time basis. I'm a doer. I like making things happen. I love details. And I saw that there were many businesses that maybe they had employees, but there was something that they just didn't have the time to get done. So I thought, I'll offer my services on a very, very, very part-time basis and not as an employee. I soon found that running around town was not fun. So I went virtual. I'm a real person. I am real, but I have been working online for many, many years now. Again, supporting solopreneurs predominantly now. And it's, when somebody starts a business, they do it because they're really good at something, but it doesn't mean they're good at everything. And Shelby, even as a realtor, there's a lot of different things you got to be doing. We were just talking about marketing things.
Right.
And you're really great at selling houses, but does that mean you're really great at the marketing end of things? I learned too, it's like, you can't just hang out a shingle and think people are going to knock on your door to work with you. So I've had business coaches over the years. I still have business coaches, and I've learned so much about building your business from the foundation up that now I am sharing a lot of that with my clients. A lot of what I've been doing wraps around the technology end of things, of all the online tools and whatnot, that anybody can do it. Yeah, no. All these companies want to make everything out to be really simple. And for some people it is, but for many who are just not there, they're not. So, half of what I do is the technology and of helping people work through what they need to be using, and then getting them started in it, but also the core business strategies that everybody needs. You're out there networking and you're meeting people. Well, what's your follow-up system? How are you managing all these contacts? It used to be, I got all these business cards. Now what do I do with them?
Right.
I had to actually go dust off my box of business cards recently because I'm like, oh no, I'm actually going out the door and I need a business card. But yeah, I love helping solopreneurs to really own their own business, grow, and I mean, it's helping people. They're helping people, that helps someone else, that helps someone else. And if I can make that happen, if I can be in the background there, helping them put those core systems in place to keep moving forward instead of reinventing the wheel,
Right.
Every time something new comes out. As much as I love getting paid, I love seeing people succeed. And it's just, yeah.
So that was one of the questions I was going to ask. So when someone, comes to you and needs your service, there's no set time frame, I'm imagining. It depends on what the project is and how quickly they can get it accomplished on their own. You're coaching them through it. Is it something that they're keeping a relationship with you throughout a length of time and then you just check in on them? How do you determine what the service is that they need and how long I know I'm running on my sentence, but how long does it take you to identify what their true need is to help them then get to that? Does that make sense?
Well, yeah. And the thing, and there too, it's like some people come to me and say, this is what I need. And when we start to work together, it's like, wait a minute, you're in the wrong direction here, So I have a couple different packages that I offer, but what I really like to start with most recently is my VIP days, where we come together for 3 to 4 hours and dump everything out. Let's get it all on the table. What tools do you have? What systems do you have? What do you do in your business? And bring some order to it and see which of those pieces are going to get you to the money the fastest. And then we start recreating those systems if need be, or we tweak things and whatnot. Because I find a lot of times people don't know what they need.
Right.
They know their business isn't where they want it to be.
Right.
And they've been trying to wing it on their own. But if you look up strategy, winging isn't part of it. Self-help books are not part of it. So where I'm at today with my business is creating, starting from bare bones, and figuring out what they truly. Now, some people come to me and they know, hey, I need help with, my system for following up with prospects and turning them into clients. And I even do some, practice sessions with my clients of, let's do a sales call.
Okay.
There's, and because again, I've learned so much from my coaches over the years, that I can't just say, okay, here's the project, I'll do it for you. There you go. Okay, we're done. If it's not going to accomplish their goal. Right. So I have to be really clear on what that goal is, and they need to be clear. So we know we're working in the right direction.
So if someone were trying to market their business and had very little money and recognize that you've got this Facebook platform that you can do, are you helping them with identifying, how to use Facebook campaigns, what that looks like, and kind of, do you help them with social media? Do you teach them how to do it? Did you become overwhelmed teaching people how to use Zoom last year? Like, was that something that was being called for service for you?
Well, it's funny you said, when it comes to the social media, I recommend the experts in social media, because that stuff is changing all the time, every day. Something. I went on to do an ad the other day. I'm trying something out and I opened up the app. I'm like, okay, that's different than the last time I was here. I'm like, gotcha. Okay, let's try to figure this out, but that just changes so quickly that social media is not an area I prefer to get into. Where I like to start with my clients, there's systems that people don't even think of. Is again, the contacts and how you're managing them and nurturing them. And one thing is a CRM, customer, client, whatever you want to make that relationship management. And there's two different definitions of this. And I think I'm the only one that speaks on this, because anytime somebody talks CRM, it's like, oh, it's this big piece of software that does everything except cook you dinner. No. Everybody needs those one-to-one communications. That's the first thing. When you're first starting out, You need a way to manage those one-to-one communications. And it's not just the communication, it's the information. And think of a CRM as a notebook in the cloud. It's your one place that you can keep all the information on every person you know. And you can even use it for your family too, for anybody you know, keep all the information there. And also, what is that follow-up system? Paper and pencil can't tell you in the morning, okay, here's who you have to call. You know, Excel spreadsheets, yeah, they look nice. Well, I think they look nice. Not everybody likes Excel spreadsheets. I like spreadsheets. But again, it can't tell you, okay, this is who you have to contact today with email or phone call or text message, whatever your system is. But that's when you're starting out and you really don't have a budget. Because why are you running around town networking? Well, hopefully we're soon all going to be running around town again.
Amen to that.
But you're even online, sitting in Zooms, you know, trying to meet people and everything. Why spend all that time if you're not going to have a follow-up system?
Right.
To use that time wisely. It's you
right.
really, and in anything you do, you have to look at what's the value. What is the value of this time? You
right.
know, where's the, if you can't really find a value in it, then do something of value for your business. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you have a business.
That is very true. That is very true. It's busy work doesn't do anything other than, you know, at times give you a headache. So that's a very good point. So Christine, let me ask you before we wrap up, is there something that I should have asked you that I didn't ask you that you want to tell me?
Well, you know, just prior to coming on this Zoom, I was on another Zoom with a person that's helping me to do some writing, because in the next few months, I am going to be holding my own virtual 3-day event for solopreneurs.
Awesome.
And it's all going to be geared towards using everything that you've already got to get the most you can out of it. And coming away with, you know, some order in your business of knowing, oh, you know what, I need to let go of that. And this is where I need to concentrate to make my money. But I'm really excited. Earlier this year, if you asked me if I'd do a 3-day event, I'd be like, yeah, no, not have, but I'm really looking forward to this. So yeah.
So where can people learn about this event? How can people reach you if we have a new, just startup business that really doesn't know where to start?
Well, my website is implementingyourvision.com. Don't look for the type. There's a few typos. Don't worry about it. You know, and you know, they can make schedule a call with me. And the short version is callwithchristiner.com, gets you there really quick to my online scheduler that you could schedule a call with me if you want. Just to, you know, let's hop on a short call, see where you're at, and I can give you a few strategies and tactics to get you moving forward.
Fantastic. So I want to thank you for taking the time to talk with us today. Guys, I got to tell you, I had the opportunity to listen to you speak the other day, Christine, and you're just talking about mind dumping and mapping and thought maps and just, and she got so excited and she's just like, you know, got bubbles everywhere. And I can just, your level of excitement in watching you help others and watch you, just watch how your mind works. I can tell that your clients are just, they're going to go further because they've got you thinking outside of that box and bringing new ideas and implementations of things that they've never thought to do. So great job with that. And like I said, I have the pleasure of hanging out with this woman every month. So if you guys want to join us, I actually have one last question. Mm-hmm. Do you work with men or do you only work with women?
I've had a few clients that were men in the past. It seems predominantly women solopreneurs that I work with. But you know, if there's a need, you know, I'm open, you know, to helping the men.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if a contractor's just starting out and he's collecting business cards and doesn't have a database, you'll help him or her, because we have female contractors in the world, I assure you.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.